Hey, so let's talk about how to create and publish apps on Marketplace. So first thing you need to know, Liferay has a marketplace built inside your DXP, and traditionally you can use to purchase your apps that are mostly DXP apps. So DXP apps are apps that are leveraging OSGI modules. Now we are introducing cloud apps. So it is a different alternative especially for clients that are using Liferay SaaS and Liferay PaaS. There are alternatives that will help you to, as we have a limitation today, running a Liferay SaaS or a Liferay SaaS with OSGI modules, the client extension based is the best alternative for us. So cloud apps are based on the client extension structure. So if you know client extensions, you probably know how to do a cloud app, as you can see. So currently, there are different types of client extension. So you can create client extensions using batch to supporting creating object definitions, object entries, pick lists. You can also use site initializer. You can also create a client extension that are configuration based. So you can create like your instance settings, configurations. You can also use to create your auth2 entries if you need it. You can also use your favorite front-end tooling. So you can create your custom element client extension leveraging Angular, React, or Vue, or whatever you think is the best for you. Also, you can use front-end client extension to build global CSS, global JS, theme. There is also the possibility to create microservices client extensions. So you can pick up the best backend alternative for you. So Node.js, Spring Boot, Python, whatever. So currently, the supported platforms to use cloud apps are Liferay SaaS, and in the future, we want to allow people to make cloud apps installation from a Liferay PaaS environment. Okay. So if you are familiar with DXP apps, you know that you have much power in what you can do because you can customize the portal as much as you want. But when we talk about Liferay SaaS, that's not true. Like you cannot extend Liferay, you cannot change how Liferay works under the hoods. So that's why we are providing a new alternative, which is cloud apps. So you can still customize Liferay, but in a different way. It's more like a customization that does not affect the portal, but you are exactly extending the portal capabilities. Okay. So cloud apps are based on the client extension structure, is already scalable by default in the cloud environment. So you can, if you need more CPUs or RAMs to run in your custom element or in your service, you can change that. Some services might require a separate application. So different from batch, that is like it's just a service that spin up, make some installation in your environment. Other services like custom element and microservice, it depends on the service you're running in order to be used. And as I said, it's supported by Liferay SaaS and PaaS. And DXP apps are modular applications packages. So if you are a familiar, you know OSGI, you can build your module and also publish on Marketplace. And currently can only be used in a Liferay on-prem and Liferay self-hosted. So there are like few steps for you to be able to create your cloud app. So first thing you need to do is setting up your Liferay workspace. So how to make that? Liferay workspace you can do using Blade CLI. So if you have Blade installed, you just need to run Blade in it, select your Liferay version, the target version, and boom, like the workspace is ready. You can start creating your client extensions or any other need that you want with the portal. The second thing is creating the client extensions based on your needs and your favorite tooling. So we are quite open. You can choose the technology you want to build it. So we are not limiting what you can do with client extensions. And the last thing, you need to pack your application, and then you need to publish on a marketplace, as I will show in a few seconds. So where to start? That's a common question for everybody that wants to create an application on marketplace. So I've been working with Client Exchange for the last 3 years, very hard. And for me, the best, if I want to create a client extension, the first thing I will do is I'll search for other client extensions that are built in Liferay Portal and use as example. That's the best way of speed up your development. Also following the best practice that Liferay developers do. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you go to Liferay Learn and see the official documentation, how to create your client extensions, how to setting up your client extension, so you have many options to do it. And don't forget, cloud apps are essentially client extensions, okay? But what changes at the end is how you pack it and deliver, okay? So as an example, I want to showcase the AI content wizard. So this was shown by Brian earlier. I don't want to, the purpose of this talk here is not to show the application running, but I want to use as an example of a real need that we had. The product team came with this idea. So they gave us the mockup, and we were about to decide how to build the application that is a good option for people that want to use on marketplace, for example. So the requirement is build an AI tooling that is using Liferay Portal and client extension. Okay. The second thing is how to manage the authorization. So we have a front-end client extension that is talking with a back-end client extension. So how we can make a safe authorization between them. So for that, we are using Liferay Auth 2, headless agent, headless server, and user agent for that. The front-end tooling we picked was React, because of one of the most known technologies related to front-end development that exists. The backend we used a runtime that I don't think most of the people know, which is called BAM. Is a JavaScript and TypeScript runtime. It's basically the same as Node in Dino, but it's a new option, is a faster option. But then we migrated to Java because we want to explore more possibilities. And for that, we are using now LangChain4j. Is a framework that allows you to speak with different AI providers like OpenAI, Google, Azure. We have many options today. And the REST framework we used was Spring Boot. And also we used Batch framework, site initializer to spin up the site, as you could see with Brian, and also Batch framework, because we also have some object definitions, we have some object entries to do in pick list. So that's our choice. So this application will be in the future available on Marketplace. So if you have interesting to know more about this application, stay tuned. Or you can talk also to me. We want to release a version in the future, in the near future, okay? So publishing your app. So first, if you want to publish the application, there are some pre-requirements for you to fill up. The first thing is you have to have an account on Marketplace. And to have an account on Marketplace is pretty simple. You just need to go to Marketplace, sign in, and that's it. So maybe you need to create an account on Okta, but that's a very simple step. And the second thing you need to be is a marketplace publisher. So I'll show in a bit how to request a publisher account if you don't have one, but the step is also pretty simple. And once you submit your request to be a publisher, one of the marketplace administrator, the marketplace staff, will review submission and approve you. So currently, me and Sarah, we are doing this, but if you have any questions, we also have a marketplace admin email that you can use to contact us. And the second thing is, once you are publisher, you can go to your publisher dashboard and publish your app. So let's see it. Let's see how to build it. So if you want to be a publisher or marketplace, so this is the marketplace homepage. This is our test environment, but in the production environment is the same step. So you just need to scroll right to the bottom. We have this become a publisher here. So you just need to click here, request an account, and then fill out the information that we have over here. So once you get your submission, we review your submission, and then we are going to send you an email with some instructions because you are now a Liferay marketplace publisher. Okay. I'm not going through this, but let's see. Like now, I am a marketplace publisher. So what I need to do? So just go to marketplace. I'm sorry, I was too fast. But if you see right here at the top right, there is this dashboard tab, and then publisher. So first thing you need to do is click here in new app. You need to read the agreement. It's very important. And then you need to fill out the metadata of your application. So let's say here I want to publish the AI content wizard. Let me provide one image here. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. So the categories helps the end user to find out your application. So in the homepage of Marketplace, you have a bunch of filters you can use to find exactly what you want. So for now, I'll just type some random stuff here. And this step is really important because right now you need to say if it's a cloud compatible or not. So if it's not a cloud compatible, it means that the application is a DXP app. And we expected from you to upload OSGI module based. So you can put the WAR file or the JAR file. And it's only possible to be, DXP apps are only possible to run in a self-hosted or a Liferay PaaS environment. Client extension based is different. Cloud apps are different. So right now we just have the option to run a Liferay SaaS environment. The second thing is to give an estimation of resource requirements to run your application. So I would say that I need just one CPU and 1 gigs of RAM. I need to select my Liferay version. So we have many different Liferay versions. So pick up the best version that works with your application. That step is very important. And for the last, you need to upload the files of your app here. So I have 4 zips. Oh, I need to put one by one. And in a bit, I will explain you how to build these artifacts. So let me put this one, and this one. So I have 4 files. I need to upload the artifacts. Just wait a little bit to upload the files. Good. So the next step is the storefront. The storefront is the page that you go to see the app details and the photos of your app and many other metadata that are important. So I'll just upload these 4 images here. Good. The next step is selecting my app version. So my app version is first version. It's my first release, actually. Then I need to select the price model. So your app can be either free and paid. Of course, if you publish an app on Marketplace that are paid, you will receive for that. So it's a good incentive for you to create your own applications and publish here. For testing, I'll just use the free one. It's a perpetual, no trial. Here I can provide the support information. If the app is paid, you need to provide that, is required. But as this app is free, I would skip that. And this is just a summary. So you review all the data you put in your submission, you review the data, and then you consent the publish of your application. Okay? So once you publish your app, somebody from marketplace staff will review the submission and then approve if everything is correct. Also from the metadata point of view, but we also do some security check just to see if you are not introducing bad code or something like this. But like all the step is communicated end-to-end, marketplace staff with the publisher. Okay. Okay. So what next? So as I said, I will be using the AI content wizard as an example here to show how to build your client extension. So the first thing I say that you need to set up your Liferay workspace. So how to do it? How to do that? So you can read this article on Liferay Learn, how to create your Liferay workspace. So using the Blade CLI is the best option to spin up your Liferay portal and also use the client extensions. So as I already have my workspace in here. It's Liferay AI Content Wizard workspace. Like you can see, like all of this is created by Blade workspace, so you don't need to do much thing. But what I did here, in fact, was to change my Liferay version. So I'm using 2024 Q2 release. It's very important. And then I also added here some feature flags because we are using some experimental APIs, especially to create pages at this moment. And here we are. So we have this client extensions folder here with 4 client extensions. So we have batch, custom element, etc, Spring Boot, and site initializer. So once you create your client extensions, you need to build that. So I'm not going through how I created this application. It's already open. You can go to Liferay Portal Workspace folder. Let me show you first. So if you go to GitHub, let me zoom in. Okay. So if you go to Liferay Portal repo and go to the bottom workspace, you can see the AI content wizard here. So if you are curious to know how this was done, feel free to access and give feedbacks if necessary. It'll be a pleasure to hear from you. So I have, again, the batch, custom element, Spring Boot, and site initializer. So what I need to do next? How do I build the artifacts that are important for marketplace? So let me go back to my terminal here. So I am in the client extensions folder. So I need to go I need to go in each client extension folder and just run GW build. That's it. That's how you build the artifacts from your client extension that we need from marketplace. So this process is quite fast. If you don't have Gradle installed directly, you can also use Blade, Blade GW to run the commands. Okay. So good. So I ran the build command. Let me open the folder. Once you build your application, you can see 2 folders here, which is the build one and the dist one. The dist one is the one that we need from marketplace. So inside this zip, like this zip is called LUFA. It's Liferay Universal Archive Format. I think it's something like this, sorry. But I think Greg in other presentations about client extensions can explore more about the name convention and all other things. But let's see what we have inside this folder. Sorry, this zip in the folder. So let me go back to VS Code. It's better to see. So like first, let me show the batch first. So as you can see, I just have 2 JSONs. It's pretty simple. But when we run the GW build, new files are introduced. And this is the Lufa format. So now I have this webbing file, I have a Docker file, I have this lcp.json. So all these files are instructions to cloud system to install your client extension in your cloud environment. So they are very important. Without this, we cannot accept your application. Without this, we cannot install the client extension in the user system. So this is very important. So I'll repeat the same step for all of them. like not all of them, but just to show you another one, like this custom element. So again, GW clean build. I think this takes around 20 seconds because I have more files here than the other one. But let's see. Yeah. So this custom element is built using React, so you have a bunch of files here. And another thing, when you are building your client extensions, one thing that is really important is client extension.yaml. So this YAML file contains information that helps Liferay to understand what your client extension is doing and how to communicate the client extension with Liferay DXP and vice versa. So the build from my custom element is done. So I can do it again, go to client extensions, custom element, and now I have this dist folder. So let's go to dist folder, open, unzip, and there we go. So we have the files and also the static files that are needed to run my application. Okay, so that's good. So I know how to publish an app. I know how to create the artifacts to build my client extensions and publish on Marketplace. But there's also one thing that is really important. How do I pay for it? How do I install my app on Marketplace? So you are a Liferay publisher. You publish the app. You put the all the loofahs inside your app. What happens next? So now from the customer point of view, you go to Marketplace. So I'm not going to use the other one I just created. I just have one in here that's already configured and published. So this is the storefront page I mentioned. So this is the image I have uploaded. I have some metadata that are important from my app here, like the Liferay version and other stuff. I have descriptions. I have the link. Everything you have in here. You can go to Get App, and then you need to select the account that you want to make the purchase. So once you select it, I'll be using this Liferay Devcon as an example. You need to select the project. Like this project for now is just to see if you have enough requirements to make the app installation. Okay, because we don't want to if you don't have a cloud account, if you don't have a cloud project, don't makes much sense for you to purchase that. Like you don't have the pre-requirements to do it. So let's purchase the app. Like this app is free, so of course we are not required any payment, whatever. So now I just click here on continue to install. And one thing that's really important, as I said, you need to have a cloud account. So if you are already a customer from Liferay Cloud, and you have a SaaS project, for now is very important. It needs to be a SaaS environment. In the future, we are releasing for PaaS as well. But for example, here I have these are client extension environments. So I want to make the installation of the app inside this environment in here. So as you can see, I just have one service that is running. So let's go back to Marketplace. So let me go back to here. So you make your purchase. So you have an order. So once you have the order, you just go to app provisioning. It says that you have a license available to make the installation of your app. So the step is pretty simple. Just go here, review the information, click on install. Here you can see the projects that you have on the cloud system, but as I said, it can only be used for cloud environments. For example, this here is a DXP environment, so you cannot make the installation in here. Okay, so I'll be using this one. And I want to install in this environment. So I just click in install. I just need to wait. Like this process takes around 3 or 4 minutes. It depends. Okay. You don't need to stay here if you don't want to. So you can just click on go to app provisioning while the app is installed. And let's go back to the cloud system. So right now, if you go back to the XP account, you can see that the deployment is in progress. So the AI content wizard, as I said, we have 4 client extensions. I can see all of them here. So it's installing the batch, bun, custom element, and site initializer. Okay. So this is still the old version that we are using bun as a backend, but in the future we are going to release with the Spring Boot application. Okay. So again, like this step takes around some minutes, so I will skip that, and I'll just show you what it looks like at the end. So let's go to this another account here. Oops. Okay. So I have one size environment running. And as you can see, I also have the order, and you can see that the app is installed here. So I'm using now another account, another order to show you the end result of my app installed. So this is my size environment. So I just sign in. I go to the site initializer that was created, which is this one. And we have the Liferay assistant in here. So this is my client extension running, installed in a real size environment. Okay, so we will have as the same experience when you purchase your cloud app and install in your system. So currently, we are about to release more client extensions created by Liferay staff. So we are about to launch, let me go to Marketplace, the production one. So let me filter by Liferay SaaS. So we are about to release Liferay Commerce connector to ADN, PayPal checkout. We have some very cool client extensions made by Mahmoud that are free, you can try. And there's much more coming, guys. So that's very cool. And please stay tuned to Marketplace to see the apps that you are launching. Okay, and that's it. Like, if you have any question, feel free to ask. I'll be here all these days. Also, please talk to the Marketplace staff. They are also in here. Julia, Sarah, and Bernard. So if you have any question, how to create cloud apps, how to publish the apps, and how to install it, we are here to help. Thank you.